here at the AES show in New York on the independent audio booth with Douglas Doherty, who's going to show us the new DACS Test Lab. So, Douglas, you're the man behind DACS.
Yes. This emerged, we do quite a lot of installations, and this emerged out of frustrations on installations where something that should be relatively simple seemed to take ages and ages. The first thing that we developed was an oscillator that would actually drive a loudspeaker, because most of the little handheld oscillators you have to go right up to it, and if there's any noise going on, you can't hear it.
Right.
So we put in an oscillator with 3 frequencies, 70 hertz, 1K and 4K5, so that in any 3-way system, those frequencies would hit each of the crossover bands. So
I see,
you've got a full coverage. So those frequencies you can send out separately, but you can also scan through them. So it goes 70, 1K, 4K5.
Okay.
So that you could, you
don't have to keep going back.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And there's also pink noise as well. So that the level that you're sending that is shown when I've switched it on. Is shown on the meter, and it's adjustable, so you can turn it up or down if you need to. There's range of connectors, so for loudspeakers it'll come out on the terminals or a 4-pole speak-on. There is then an input stage, so you can see if what's coming back is as it should be, if you've got a massive drop in level or no level.
You can see that visually.
Yeah, and you can also hear it. There's a little loudspeaker built in with an amplifier, so you've got thorough checking of everything. There is also a cable testing facility on it, which cycles through the outside, tests each pin in succession, and then the other side shows you which pin it's connected to. So it's very easy very quick to test a cable. You can put it in, and within half a second you know exactly what the problem is, whether it's crossed or whether there's something missing.
Great.
The other thing that it has is a mains tester. So it runs on batteries. There's 2 batteries, 2 9-volt batteries, one of which powers the circuitry and one of which powers the lights. The mains test, the amount of times I've been behind a rack with a piece of equipment not working, not switching on, and having to try and find out whether the mains lead is giving it mains or whether it's the mains lead is broken.
Sure.
So with this you can just plug it into the unit, and the light comes on showing you what voltage you've got. So if I was in the UK and 110 volts came up, I would know I was in trouble. So it'll also test speak-ons, and what we've done is if you're using a 4-pole speak-on, the return or the second set of LEDs is dimmer than if you're using a 2-pole, so 1 plus and 1 minus on the speak-on is bright, 2 plus and 2 minus is dim, so you can see what you've got there. Now if you're behind a rack and you can't see anything, instead of having to have a torch in your teeth or a head torch, you can just switch the lights on. So there's red lights to save your night vision if you're in that sort of situation, white lights for normal use, and you can build cables on this as well, so you can put the bodies of the cables into the connectors, and with the light you can see them really clearly. They're sort of up a bit off the floor.
Oh, great.
And there's also a torch on the front, or a flashlight, depending on where you come from.
Sure.
And you can have the torch and the things on. So
very handy.
For us, it saved us hours and hours of messing around and going back to the toolkit for different bits of test gear. So.
Oh, very clever. So you're hoping this will end up in every Live Soundtex box of tricks?
Yeah, Live Soundtex installers. I mean, it'll. Yes. I think for an installer who sees this, all the ones here who've been involved in that have just gone, whoa, that just covers 99% of it.
So how much is this going to cost then, and when's it going to be available?
This is going to be available from December, and it's going to cost initially $495 plus VAT in the UK and $799 in the States.
Okay, great. Thanks very much, Douglas.
Thank you.